Here's an overview of RAPID, an acronym for Remote Assessment and Proctoring Using Intelligent Devices. The motivation for this project birthed from the COVID-19 pandemic, as online classes and examinations became the norm for educational institutions. It allowed students to take assessments in the comfort of their own home. However, this introduces additional risks of cheating despite conducting the assessment in a secured and proctored environment. As of date, there are various software-based proctoring tools available to aid educational institutions to conduct proctoring remotely. However, these solutions often require some form of installation on the student's PC, and furthermore, these solutions mostly aim to monitor only surface level details, such as screen activities and recordings, in a locked down environment. Utilizing unconventional methods and malware techniques, this project aims to create a plug-and-play hardware proctoring tool that requires no additional installation or setup that can monitor and process both the internals and surface level details of a student's PC to detect cheating attempts. Processed information are then sent back to a web portal where it is stored, displayed, and analyzed for remote live proctoring purposes. Using a Raspberry Pi Zero as the base of the hardware, this proctoring tool currently targets PCs running Windows 10 or 11. Now, let's look at how it actually works. For the initial setup, the Raspberry Pi starts to host a Flash server when it is powered up. It also starts to configure itself into gadget mode, emulating itself as an Ethernet adapter as well as a keyboard. Afterwards, it would then send keystrokes into the student's PC to send a request for a proctoring script hosted online. It would then download the script as a string and start running them in memory. It will also then request for a public key for asymmetric encryption purposes later on from our web portal and forward it to our Flash server. Our Flash server would then respond with its MAC address to be used as a universally unique identifier for now. The proctoring script running on the student's PC would now then request for the default intervals for monitoring from the web portal. And following that, the setup for our hardware proctoring tool is now complete. Now, let's take a deeper look at the proctoring process. The proctoring script, which is running on the student's PC, would then send proctoring data over to the Flash server hosted on the Raspberry Pi. Our Flash server would then process and encrypt the data before sending it back to the web portal. Our web portal would then decrypt the data using our private key and analyze the data for cheating attempts before storing the data in our database. The proctoring data stored in our database would also be displayed on the dashboard for invigilators to have an overview of the proctoring process and manually look for signs of cheating. These are the future works of our project. They include, but are not limited to, more proctoring features such as camera, screen, and audio recording on top of keystroke monitoring, optimization to handle all processing on a Raspberry Pi Zero, comprehensive dashboard for Invigilators portal, as well as support for Linux and Mac OS. And this concludes the overview of RAPID.